What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Dad Geeky Guy here, and today we'll be looking at some artistic side of Flesh and Blood TCG. So one of the main attraction for Flesh and Blood when I started out, or the thing that actually drew me into the game, are the artwork. So the artwork from WTR, Arcane Rising, and up to Crucible of War has been great. So starting off, from WTR, the art were pretty basic, but still really nice to look at. And then going into Arcane Rising with the infusion of the color purple, everything just looks better, more colorful. And then going into Crucible of War, everything looks even better with cards such as Five Center, Heron Flight. So some of the cards that looks really nice. No, now the way Legend Story Studios does this is by hiring a bunch of freelance artists. I don't know, by either by contract or there's a certain number of artwork they would like to do. Maybe if the artists do a decent job at it, they're gonna keep commissioning, and then letting them do the artwork itself. So basically, in this video, I'm just gonna talk about some of my favorite artists from Flesh and Blood TCG. Of course, all the artists that does art for Fab is pretty cool. The artworks are always top notch, but these are my select favorite few basically. So this is going to be a video series because I can't be covering all the artists in this video. There's quite a few that I wanted to talk about. In this video alone, I'll be covering three artists that I really like. Starting off at number 3 would be Daria. So Daria here is an artist based in Russia. So she did some really good art starting from WTR, such as Warrior's Valor. Sorry about that. So it's Warrior's Valor. So you can see most of her cards and artwork, artwork for the cards focuses on the environment. Even if there are some human characters, it's not I wouldn't say it's the central figure in that particular art. For example, in Scout the Battlescape, you can see she focuses more on the environment rather than the character, him or herself. You can see standing right there. And always the environment has been the focus. If we move along into Arcane Rising, we'll take a look at cards such as Moonwish and also Sunkiss. Interestingly, even though there is a central figure here, you can see that the character itself is actually a part of the environment, such as the card Moonwish. You can see that instead of being a central figure, she is kind of like a part of the environment. Similarly to Sunkiss, you can see the dude here is basically the sun. So he is a part of the environment. And also moving on, we have a card such as Mordred Tide, one of my favorite cards actually. You can see this is a very powerful card. So regardless, but we are focusing on the art here, the environment itself looks really good. And you can see Viserai there in the distance, which again is not the focus. The focus is on the environment, where you see all these creepy looking souls coming out from the graveyard. I bet that is the focus of the card. Similarly, Find Center from Crucible of War. You can see a ninja perching on a pole. And then you can see an excellent use of colors with blue, green, turquoise. So these are some of the colors that Daria has really good command of. If we move back to all the different cards, you can see she has the ability to mix all the different colors to make it look really homogeneous. With blue, she's going with greens and stuff. And with Mordred Tide, she's going with purple and black. With Sunkiss, she's going with gray and a bit of yellow and orange. And then purple for Moonkiss, Sunwish, and a bit of gray. So I'm by no means an artist, but I can see that she has a really good command of colors and stuff, and how she blends those colors seamlessly. And then moving on, we also have cards such as Morvian Sky. Once again, similarly, a focus on the environment rather than the character. You can see there is a dude down in the left hand side walking towards the storm, or maybe he's going to the castle. So you can see once again, really homogeneous, nice coloring. Everything is pink, a slight purple, and then black, and it transitions really well. And moving on to Monarch, you can see the LSS really likes her work because every set has an artwork. And then we are looking at Herald of Rebirth. this is the one of the cards that where she starts to focus a bit more on the central figure. This angel lady over here, which is in the middle, once again great command of the colors. I wouldn't say this is my favorite artwork, but still it looks really good. Similarly to Soul Food, you can see that this dude, even though he's a central figure, once again he looks like he is becoming a part of the environment. He's blending into the environment. And then cards like Eclipse, which once again focuses on a planet of, if you just really zoom in, it actually has excellent detail. Even though you don't really see it on the card, it's actually a planet of bones and different skeletal structure on top of the planet. So the planet is basically getting covered by those dead bodies and stuff that has already decomposed. If you can really zoom in onto that artwork, I'm just gonna try to do that for you guys. And then next we have Cold Wave. You can see that even though this lady here, once again the central figure, but she just have a blue kind of tint to her, and then which is really matching to our environment. And finally, another card is Blizzard. Once again, back to a style of having character. They are not central to the figure, but instead what is the focus of this card, Blizzard, is showing the weather and also the environment, the harsh environment of the cold, and having the blizzard all around it. Next, I would like to go ahead and move to the artwork of Assad. So he is another of my favorite artists. The first card that he ever did was for Monarch. So there's a few cards that he did for Monarch, which are Sonata Arcanics and also Rise Above. But my favorite artwork out of all the sets and in the whole Flesh and Blood TCG is Sonata Arcanics, which it has this really surreal kind of feeling, which shows the sense of skill that we have here, and then the excellent color usage. It has a really colorful palette. We can see almost all the colors in this card, even though it's used maybe there's a little bit of green at the bottom and a little bit of yellow, some reds, but the obvious color being used here a lot would be, I would say, purple and black. And also the sense of course, even though there is a character there, and then the sense of scale is really excellent. I think it really reflects the card's usage of Sonata, and I think it really fits the card, the art itself. So excellent art, my favorite of all time. And then next we have Rise Above. I also like this the art, because it shows that the artist has he has the knowledge of actually drawing a character, a full body character, really well. Not only in Sonata, we don't really see the detail of the face of the guy, the wizard. There's a little bit of detail, but in Rise Above we can actually see the face of the lady. Interestingly, she is the same lady it is, I believe, in the card Sing Below, that is done by another artist, but I like how he actually matches that the character while also retaining his art style. Also, you can see there is he's still kept some of his really surreal kind of art style, where you see there are some demons or ghosts or monsters that coming out from the water trying to grab the lady. So that really looks really cool. And then there are some also a bit of a simple artwork, such as the Spellfray Cloak. So even though it's simple, you can see some a bit of detail, quite a number of detail with the chain floating from the hoodie, and then you see some feathers and stuff. So that is also really cool. You can see the element of basically making it look three-dimensional with the shading for the hood, and that is for basically this the Spellfray cloak comes from, if you guys are wondering, it comes from the set of the deck, the Bliss deck of Monarch. So if you bought I believe the Bolton deck, you should be able to get the Spellfray cloak, and basically all the Bliss deck you should be able to get the Spell Void equipments. And moving on, we have Potion of Deja Vu, one of my favorite cards from Everfest. Once again, the Assad actually shows his command over color, using almost every color available in the palette to show the Potion of Deja Vu. And then the detail in the card itself is excellent. You can see that there is a hourglass right in the middle of the potion, and then Really nice usage of color explosion out. So it's actually the colors are exploding out of the potion, with this potion being in the central figure. So the next 3 artwork from Assad, it would be the Prism Illusionist cards, 3 auras. So we have Haze Bending, Passing Mirage, and Pierce Reality. So I think he's trying a bit of a different approach here, which fits the Illusionist theme really well. If you guys know, Illusionist cards usually look a bit two-dimensional, so it's not supposed to look too, I would say it's not supposed to look three-dimensional much, because due to the nature of Phantasm and also Spectra. If you guys go back into Monarch and then look at some of the auras that we have, such as Ode to Wrath and cards like that, you can see it's actually I forgot what it's called, but basically a glass art, where you have some art that typically you find on glass and things like that. So his Bending, Passing Mirage, and Pierce Reality is basically going into the same vein, which gives it a very unique look. It always has been a thing for auras, so I think Sarifran actually does a really good job replicating that feel while also maintaining his art style. Now the final artist that I would like to talk about for this video is Pooh. I'm not gonna try to butcher his last name because I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm just gonna refer to him as Pooh. I hope that's okay. And then starting off from Crucible of War, so he started out his art from Crucible of War with the card Massacre. You can see starting from his art, he has a really focus on the character rather than the environment. You can see this not to say that his background is short of magical, but the focus has always been the character itself. You can see the brute in the middle actually ripping off the limb of some creature, similarly to other brutes in the background, a bunch of gores, and then he has a really good command over a character's body proportion, different angles. You can see the art of Massacre is actually captured on a lower angle, similarly to Bolt of Courage. So Bolt of Courage is another one that is captured from a lower angle, and also Fu seems to have a really fondness of focusing on a character's body proportions, the body such as the thighs and the lower half of the body. You'll be able to see this really similar approach to art as we move on. So Bolt of Courage have this similar approach. So you can see there are some background characters, so very similar to the previous one. And next we have Rising Solar Tide. Similarly, we are looking at the main character here, which is the same guy from Bolt of Courage. I guess he has a tendency of having a kind of continuity in his cards. I don't know if this is directly a request from LSS or it's something that he likes to do. But if it's something that Fu actually worked on, having some continuity, that's really cool. And then once again, the focus are on the characters, where you see all the warrior being led by the dude from the Bolt of Courage. One of my favorite cards of all time is Exude Confidence. So Exude Confidence, you can see Fu has a thing for ladies' thighs, I guess, and you can see that this is another one of those examples. There's a few more you'll be able to see. So Exude Confidence have this really cool artwork, which this lady shows a lot of confidence, basically fits the card really well. Similar to Brandish, you can see once again really focuses on the body shape of the character, with once again thigh being the focus. Brandish, Spill Blood, once again a central figure. Similarly to Explosive Growth, all three looks really cool. All three pitch. Basically it's the same artwork, but I'm not sure why did I say that. But Explosive Growth really fits the theme really well. Lightning Surge, you can see once again really focuses on the body of the character. with the Lady of Light Research basically leaping off, and then once again the tide comes into focus, and then swing big once again, a large central figure with a few characters in the background. Some of the most beautiful artwork we get to see in Flesh and Blood TCG, and Swarming Gloomville, another of my favorite art. If you guys know, this is also printed in a playmat that is come from a TCG player special edition kind of playmat. And then similarly, there is another playmat that you can get from pooh, which is an Exude Confidence Lady playmat. It is available from I believe it's called Art House Syndicate, so you can get a playmat from there and collect it from the ProQuest New Jersey. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the artists I want to talk about. Sometimes we play all these different cards and we are really all inspired by the art, so I just want to capture that and then just put my thoughts into it. By no means I'm an artist, but I just want to put my thoughts and then really appreciate the work that the artists do for the card game. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to see some of the arts, you can go into FABTB, click on any cards you want. You can click on the artist to see all the related artwork. So that's how I basically did for this video. Yeah, just a quick info right there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Do like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.